All right. I think I'm recording. Let me make sure. Yes, I am. Okay. I never can tell when I'm in this view. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is building your tribe and really taking those customers and turning them into coaches and how to create a culture to be able to keep them on your team, right? Because it's great to be able to sign them up, but you don't want to just sign them up and then they go inactive the next month, right? Because that doesn't benefit you in the long run, and it doesn't benefit them either. So I want to talk to you a little bit about just some tips and some things that I do that maybe can help you guys out in your business as well. So the first thing I want to talk about, I don't know if anybody's read Start With Why, but it's a book that I've been reading this weekend, and I saw this quote in there and it really made me think about it. And I know we hear this so often, but you really have to stop and think about it. Like, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So I think that relates so much to us in our business, because obviously there's, 400,000 other coaches that they could buy from, or they could join their team. But why are they joining your team? Like, what makes you special? What makes your team special? Because it's not just about you, right? It's about your team, and it's about this culture that you've created. And how do you make that something that people want to be a part of? And I think I sat down and thought about it, and how I go through this process with my customers and moving them over to coaches. And it's really about this 4-step process. So I know we have, the vital process, we have the vital behaviors, and those are something you're obviously doing in conjunction with this. But this is kind of my 4-step process that I go through with them. So the first step is helping them see real results. So once they see those results, then they're kind of hooked, right? So then they want to have more. They want to either get the discount on Shakeology, or they maybe want to start coaching, earning some extra income. So then I think about creating community they want to be a part of, and getting them to be a part of that community. And something that I'm very, very adamant about is consistency. I follow up with people until they say yes. Like, you can ask some of my coaches that, I know Sharon, she said no to me how many times. And then, she was a discount coach for 18 months, and I kept talking to her about the business, and she didn't want to be a part of it. But I had her in our page, and she saw everything that was going on. So she saw this community, and she was following me on Facebook. So she saw what I was putting out there. And eventually, when the time was right, she said yes, right? And then personally mentoring them for continued achievement of their goals. Whatever that may be, whether it's fitness related, whether it's personal goals, whether it's financial goals. It's really about focusing on what they want and how you can help them get there. So I'm going to go in a little more detail about these. The one thing I really want to start with is you can never ask enough questions, because I think that's so important. And this has to go along the whole entire way. So it's not just, in the forming process, or not just when you're first meeting someone and talking to them and inviting them to join your challenge group. You have to continue asking questions all the way through their journey, no matter what step that they're at. So I think the big thing is, like, you have to be patient with your conversations. You can't rush the invite. So you might talk to someone for a couple of days back and forth. You might talk to someone for a couple of weeks back and forth. There's been people I've talked to for months back and forth. Even some people I've been talking to for a year or two that still haven't signed up. And, maybe they've just been doing my free challenges. Mostly people, I can move them into my free challenges. And sometimes it is a struggle to move them over to a paid challenge or as a coach. But I continue with them. I continue to help them in any way I can. I continue to help them see results in any way I can without expecting anything in return. Because eventually, when they're ready and they want to change their life and they're ready to start working on themselves and pick a fitness program, they're probably going to come to me, because I've been helping them for this entire time without expecting anything, right? So you have to be really patient. And we just finished Sean Week, so I felt this was a very good way to put it. Like, dig deep, then dig deeper. Because I think so many people stop when they find out, oh, I want to lose 5 pounds, or, I hate my job. Like, that's where they stop. And then I have this great opportunity, or, you should join my challenge group. That's not where the invite should be. You really need to dig deeper, and you need to find out more about their goals. You need to find their why, because losing that 5 pounds or, hating their job isn't their why. Why do they hate their job? What would they like their life to look like in a dream world? Find out what their goals are, their fitness goals, their personal goals, their financial goals. And if this is weird to do at first, it's kind of like a fitness interview. Somebody said that one time. They're like, I feel like you're interviewing me, a fitness interview. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. And an easy way to say this, I don't overload people with 1,000 questions at once. I'll maybe ask a couple when I first meet them, and then I'll just tell them straight out, like, the more information I know, the better I can help you. And by saying that, I think it opens up this door where they're like, oh, okay, she needs to know as much as possible so she can help me in the right way. And I think by just saying those words right there, it makes it easy for them to open up and for them to share with you what they might not just share with you otherwise by you just loading questions at them. And then it just has to be kind of a back and forth, They answer the question, then you comment on their answer, and you're still, not giving them solutions yet. You're still finding out their why. You're still digging deep. So, this conversation needs to go back and forth until you feel like you've hit that why. When you've hit that why, when there's emotion involved and there's something behind it, then you can offer the solution. Well, based upon what you've told me, Jennifer, you said that you're really struggling with accountability, that, you can't keep yourself going to the gym. You don't have the time anymore. You have all these puppies you have to take care of now, so you can't leave your house. You got to bring it back to what they told you. You only have 30 minutes a day you could possibly work in your schedule to work out. Here's what I would recommend for you. Here's what I think will help you see that success. There's a program, they can do from the comfort of your home with Beachbody on it, and then you give them the solutions, and then you take their why and what their issues are and you give them their solutions. Something else that I like to do is I have these applications that I built on my landing page. So it's a simple landing page that I built on my Who Knows a Guy fitness page. And I have a challenge group application and I have a coach application. So a lot of times when I post, I will actually post the link to this challenge group application, because a lot of times people feel more comfortable with completing this than with commenting below, because this is something private. They don't have to, put that out there in front of everybody to see. So I have this VIP group application. You guys all see this? Did it pop up? No, you don't. Okay, hang on a second. Let me reshare then. Let's stop the share and let me reshare the other screen. Here we go. Now, do you see the application? You see it now? Okay, cool. So this is just a landing page that I built on my website, really easy with a form. And so I'll post this link in any post that I do about challenge groups, or I have it on my cover image. So if you click on my cover image on my personal page or on my like page, you'll see there's a little bit about me, and then there's this link. If you're interested in participating in one of my support and accountability groups, please complete this application. If you're interested in joining my team, please complete this application. So I'm just going to get some basic information. And a lot of this is asking those questions that I need to know the answer to dig into their why, or to start those conversations. So if they fill this out, then I can go back to them and say, okay, well, Sharon, I see you wanted to be part of my next challenge group because you want to get your body back before you had babies, right? You want to get back into shape. You want to have more energy to run with your kids and keep up with them. What are your current health and fitness goals? I can relate it back to that. What are you doing as far as exercise, diet, and nutrition right now? So Sharon, I see that you've tried Insanity in the past, but you haven't stuck to it. So why didn't you stick to it? Digging in and asking those questions. What's your biggest struggle or area of opportunity? Do you own any of these programs? Have you ever tried Shakeology? Do you want more info on becoming a coach to hold yourself more accountable and receive a 25% discount? You guys would be so surprised how many people say yes to that. You'd be so surprised, because you wouldn't think to ask that to somebody that you were just chatting with, right? No, because it would be weird. But it's okay to ask in a questionnaire like this. This isn't weird. So a lot of times I like using this right away, especially with people that I'm just meeting that I don't really know really personally, that I'm just meeting online or from another group. This is a really easy way to find out all that information that I need to know. And it's pretty simple and straightforward. It's not very long. Then I have the coach application. I might have to pull up another screen share here. So then the coach application is very similar, but it asks a couple additional questions. Hang on one second, guys. Sorry. Too many screen shares. Try this one. Did that work? You see the new coach application? Okay. So some of it is the similar, but then why are you interested on becoming a coach on my team? Which best describes your goal? So do you want to earn enough just to cover your Shakeology? Do you want to earn extra $500 a month to cover bills, pay for extra trips, build a business to become a full-time coach, or you're ready to be a top coach? How much time do you have? Envision your life 3 to 5 years from now. Like, that's a weird question to ask, right? Like, if you just message somebody that, like, envision your life 3 to 5 years from now, what does it look like? They might be weirded out by that, but when you're asking this, it's okay. And then you're asking them where they're at, with their program. They've been a part of my challenge group. They drink Shakeology. And what's the best way to contact you? Would you like to get started? And would you like to set up a call? Any programs you've done? Like that. So that gives me the basic information that I need to start those conversations and to be able to talk to them and really find out where those whys are and what I need to know to help them make their decision. All right. So helping them see real results. So now that we've found all their whys, right, and we found what drives them and the emotion behind it, then we need to help them see results. So we're moving them into a challenge group, right? We're finding out what they can commit to, right? So you're finding out, what are they ready to commit to? Are they ready to start Monday? Or are they not ready to start for 2 weeks because they're traveling? What motivates them? So when you fall off track, how would you like me to motivate you? Do you want me to call you? Do you want me to text you? Do you want me to call you out in the challenge group? Do you want me to send you a private message? Do you want me to send you like a funny Snapchat motivation? I started doing this with some of my clients and they love it. And some of my discount coaches, like, we will just send daily Snapchat motivations, like after our workouts, like a funny little filter, like after our workout or in the morning, like for Shaun T week, I was setting like all these ones like petrified, because you know me in cardio, I don't like cardio. So I was like, oh my gosh, so scared. Let me know how it is. Cause she does early mornings and I usually work out later. So we went back and forth with that, but it made it fun, right? It was helping hold her consistent and hold her accountable for these workouts, but it was fun. Check in consistently. Like, you need to, I know we talked about this before, like, be your best challenger and comment and talk back. But even if they're not posting in the group, in your challenge group, then message them and find out what's going on and how they're doing. I check in with my challengers at least once a week, at least, if not more, to be able that I'm constantly seeing how they're doing, where they're at, what they need from me. And when they give me excuses why they aren't reaching their maximum capacity, and this might be something you're not comfortable with, and you need to find a way to get comfortable with it, because I think it's the biggest thing that will help move people from one place to another. When I sat down and thought about, like, what is it that I do that really makes a difference? Like, if I had to tell you 2 things, one thing is asking enough questions. The other thing is challenging their excuses, because so often people will be like, oh, I just don't have the time, or I don't have the money, or I don't, I'm going on vacation, or, I work out at the gym, I really don't need this. Whatever they tell me, I challenge them, but I do it in a way where, yeah, it's a little tough love, but at the same time, like, I'm not being mean about it, like my way's better. I'm just sharing what has worked for me and other people and why I think it would work for them. So for example, I had a customer that I was trying to get to start a challenge group forever, right? I'll do it next month. I'll do it next month. I'll do it next month. And finally I was like, you need to either do this or we need to part ways, because you have told me how many times that you're going to do this. And I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste your time. But you said you wanted to change your life because of this. You said you wanted to lose this many pounds. You said, I go back to all the things they told me they wanted to do. And yeah, but I'm going out of town this weekend. Guess what? I was going out of town that weekend too. It worked out perfect. Guess what? I'm going out of town this weekend too. Just because I'm going out of town, I still drink my shake every day. I bring a travel packet or a travel blender or a shaker cup, and I just either mix it with water in a shaker cup, or if I can bring my blender with bananas and, my peanut butter when I'm traveling, If I'm driving, then I do that, or I buy them there. Like, I'm giving him all these solutions of things that I do that help them get over their excuse. Well, I'm going to be really busy. I'm probably not going to have time to work out. Listen, there's a program called 10-Minute Trainer. You can find 10 minutes in your day, right? You can probably find 20 or 30 too. I want you to sit down and look at your schedule for this weekend, and I want you to outline 30 minutes you can commit to working out. You don't even have to leave your hotel room. You can work out in your hotel room with Beachbody On Demand, and telling them about Beachbody On Demand and how I use it when I travel, and how sometimes I work out in the hotel gym, sometimes I work out in my hotel room. It all depends where I'm at, but I make time for it. I heard, some girl the other day told me she can't do the 21-day fix because she travels too much, so she can't grocery shop because she's always on the road. Guess what? I travel a lot too. I still eat healthy when I travel. Maybe I'm not as closely as I am when I'm at home, right? At home, I'm probably more 90-10. When I travel, I'm probably more 70-30. But at still doing it 70% is better than zero, right? I'm still keeping track of what I'm eating. I'm still aware of what I'm eating. I'm still drinking enough water. I'm still doing it. So when they tell you they can't because they travel too much, or they tell you that they're going out of town, or they tell you that they're too busy because of all this stuff they got going on in their life, I laugh when people tell me that they're too busy. I'm like, live my life one day and tell me that you're too busy. So, I'm juggling a million things at once. And if I can do it, so can everybody else. It's just a matter of how bad they want it. And you have to take those excuses and you have to challenge them and throw them back at them and say, here's how you can overcome those. And here's the solutions to move forward with that. And one of two things are either going to happen. Either they're going to be like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to do this. And they'll do it. And I've had, when I started doing this the past couple months, I've had people that very easily then transition into coaches, right? They start as challengers, or they right away want to join my team because they like that challenge. They don't have anybody that's pushing them to be the best that they can be. They don't have anybody in their life that's driving them to be better than yesterday. And that's what I do on our team. That's what I promote on our team, is how can we live healthier and happier? How can we be better than we were yesterday? So they want to be a part of that. They want that accountability. They want that motivation. They want that support. They want that in their life, so then they join. Or maybe they start as a challenger and then they, love Shakeology. They love the accountability. And then the next month they transition into that. So it's creating that community that they want to be a part of. So you have to sit down and think about, what kind of value do you offer as a coach, right? What's in it for them? So when people join my team, or they join with me as their coach, just from a customer or a coach perspective, what do they get from me? What sets me apart from other coaches out there? I give a lot of tough love. So I challenge you. If you give me excuses, I throw them right back at you. I help you find solutions to be able to move forward. But we have this mentality where no obstacles will stand in our way as a team. Whatever they are, we'll overcome them, and we'll overcome them together, because we're going to face obstacles every single day. And we're going to have those bad days, but we pick each other up and we help each other move forward. And that we're there to support each other no matter what. We offer, clean eating groups every single month. We offer fitness challenge groups every month. We offer, coaching opportunity events every month for our team. So we also offer training for our team. So our coaches know that if they want to build a business, that we're going to help them do that. We're going to support them. Or if they just want to come aboard as a discount coach or a challenger, we're going to support them in any way we can. It doesn't matter. There's no judgment on our team. There's no pressure. You do what you want when you want, and we're here to help you do that at your own pace. Consistency, they know they always have that. They know they can reach out to not only me, but I have numerous diamond leaders that are on this call and some additional ones that maybe aren't diamonds yet, but they have a presence in our team. Corey, she's not diamond yet. She's one of my personally sponsored coaches. She basically led our last business opportunity event on the fly because I ended up traveling last minute. And I text her and I'm like, listen, I can't go live. I'm trying to go live. I keep getting cut out. I need your help. She just jumped and she took the lead of the whole entire event the other night. Like, I was so proud of her. She ran the message thread, all of that. Brianne, one of Sharon's coach, she's not diamond quite yet, but we treat her like a diamond. We treat our people that show leadership and that show initiative on our team, we treat them like they're 5-star diamond coaches already. we make them feel a part of our leadership team because we want them to be leaders. We want them to be 5-star diamonds. And I think this whole, like we call ourselves the Diamond Ship Leader Team. Like we're not, whenever I refer to any of like the diamond coaches, I'm not my diamond coach. I'm like one of our diamond leaders on Team Ignite. Everything's like everything's about our team, where, you know, I kind of take the me out of it. It's more about that's our culture. It's really like our vibe that we're here to support each other no matter what. And we're just like a family. And I think people get that, especially when they come to one of our business opportunity events. Like you feel that vibe when you attend one of our live backstage pass events, or, you know, Sharon's doing like a PJ party event with her coaches in a couple of weeks. That's actually this weekend, isn't it? It's Friday, right? Oh, we move it to next weekend. Okay. So like we do fun stuff that shows like we're a fun team. You want to be a part of this. Like we post pictures like that. We share like that. You know, we use our hashtags on social media. Everything you'll see that my team posts, it's, you know, ignite your possibilities, stronger together, and Team Ignite. They hashtag everything because that's what our culture is. We have that social media presence, and keeping your coaches active. I think this is so important when you create this community. They don't want to leave the family, right? They don't want to quit. They don't want to go inactive. Like they'll do anything to stay active. It's important to them because they know that other people are relying on them to be active and to help people and to continue to do what they do every day. They're a leader and they know that. So I think that really helps in helping people stay active. And I think it makes it easier too when you have this culture. People that might go inactive for whatever reason, like when I message them and like ask them like, hey, what's up? Well, you know, did you delay your Shakeology? What's going on? They feel comfortable talking to me and being honest with me about it and not just ignoring me and then, you know, canceling, right? They'll be honest with me and just be like, hey, this is my situation. Okay, well, let's work it out. Let's figure out a way that we can work this out and we can move forward so that you can still be a part of this team. And if they have to cancel for whatever reason, I don't out them, right? I stay in touch with them. I keep them a part of my community. I keep them a part of my fitness community page. I might take them out of the team page or Team Ignite page, but they're still in my Fit for Life group. And I still stay in contact with them because guess what? They'll probably come back. I've had 4 or 5 coaches in the last couple months come back that quit last year or the year before because they were pregnant and they didn't want to do Shakeology, or because, you know, it wasn't working for them, or they stopped drinking the Shakeology, it piled up again. I helped them get consistent again. And they joined again 6 months later as a coach. And now some of them are even working the business because I kept that communication going with them. So I want to touch real quick on business opportunity events because I think this is something that our team has found a way to do it really well, and we've seen really good results from it. So we host 2 a month, and we try to do one as a backstage pass, as a live event, and then we try to do another fun event throughout the month. Sharon's trying this PJ party this month where she's having all of her coaches together go live on Facebook, and she's going to be sharing about that. We do like 3-day sip and shares or sneak peeks, private groups, and then we do it on the event page as well. So every single month, our coaches have a goal to invite at least 10 new contacts to every single business opportunity event. And I have them message me their list of 10. And we talk about being able to invite via personal message, text, phone call, whatever it may be, that they're sending a text or a reminder 15 minutes before the start with a link to the event page. They're tagging them on a roll call post, or they're tagging them on any posts in this event that relate to them personally. So, you know, if I'm sharing a story about my mother-in-law who just lost 50 pounds this last year without even really doing the workouts, that's going to relate to any older customers I have that maybe aren't ready to do the workouts, but just nutrition-wise, look what you can achieve just from following this nutrition plan and drinking Shakeology daily. So whatever's going to relate to them, then we go back and tag them on those videos. Like, hey, check this out. We always send a thank you at the end of the night for attending. And we try to schedule a phone call within 24 to 48 hours with every single person that attended the event to answer any further questions and to walk them through the sign-up process. And I recommend, if you can, like, sign them up on the phone when you're on that call. Like, ask them what they loved about the business opportunity event. Ask them, you know, any more questions that they have. And something that I love to ask in the closing video, whenever I close out any of our events, is I'll say, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you're ready to join Team Ignite right now, and 1 being you have no interest at all, where do you fall? Give me a number. Comment below with that number and tag your coach, right? And most people will comment with a number. And then if Sharon had somebody attending that said, okay, I'm an 8. So Sharon can then call them and say, hey, so what did you think about the business opportunity event? Or, live backstage pass we did last night. What was your favorite part? Did you relate to any of the coaches? Who did you relate to the most? Was there any story that really inspired you the most? Things like that. Then she can ask her, I saw your comment that you posted you were an 8. So tell me, what questions can I answer for you? Or what do you need to know to get you to a 10? And most of the time they'll tell you. They'll be like, well, I'm just worried about this, or I'm worried about this. It's a really easy way to find out what their concerns are and what obstacles you need to help them overcome. And then you can do just that. You can challenge their excuses and you can help them overcome what's holding them back. The other thing that's really important is that you continue to invite month to month in a new way. So you're going to have people that you invited last month that probably didn't attend, right? Because they didn't have time or whatever their excuse was. So you're continuing to find a way to invite them month to month. I also like to send, if you click on see all from the live event and you see all of the feed from everything that was posted for the event, I usually take that URL at the top and I'll send it to people that weren't able to attend that night or the next day. So I'm like, hey, how did you like the event? They're like, oh, well, I wasn't able to attend. Okay, well, you can check it out. It's still live. So you can go back to this link and see all the posts. I'm going to tag you in a couple posts that I think you would really relate to, or some information I'd like you to see. Check those out and let me know what you think. And then I send them that link for the see all, and then I'll go into the event and I'll tag them on the post that I think they should check out. And a lot of times they will go back and check it out. All right. So my next step is follow up until they say yes. And I talked about this a little bit already, but sometimes it might take a couple days, sometimes it might take a couple weeks, sometimes it might take a couple months. You continually need to invite them in a new way. You're not being annoying, messaging them every week when they're not responding. You're finding what's comfortable for you. And then you're asking them questions to get them to respond to you. So, if I want to go invite Sharon to an event that she was supposed to attend last month that she never did, I'm probably not going to message her and just tell her about my next event, right? That's not how I'm going to start the conversation. If she didn't attend next month, why would she attend now? So I'm going to go to her page and stalk her a little bit and see what she's been up to the last couple days. And then I'm going to send her a message, or I'm going to comment on her photo about something. I'm going to ask her about her son's birthday party. Hey, I saw you just have your son's birthday party this weekend. How did it go? Oh my gosh, how old is he? He's so big. He's so cute. Say something that they're going to respond to. She's going to respond to that. She's going to respond back and be like, oh, he just turned 7 and he had the best time, or 6. He just turned 6, right? 5. Okay, 5. Wow, I'm really off. So you're going to say something that she's going to respond to. And then once you get that conversation going, then you can open it up hey, how are things going health and fitness wise? I'm starting a new challenge group, clean eating group next week. I'd love to have you a part of it. You used to be so inspirational in my groups. I used to love seeing all your posts. Would love to have you back into it, whatever the case may be. Maybe at the business opportunity event, Have you given any more thought to? I love that question. Have you given any more thought to? Because if you've had a conversation with her already about it, it's okay to talk about it again. And that's an easy way to bring it up. And, I'm not going to open that up and message her that right away because she's probably not going to respond. But if I start this conversation and I'm interested in her life and I'm interested in her as a person and I'm making it about her and not about joining my team, I'm making it about how it can benefit her in her life, she's going to be more open to attending my events, right? I'm revisiting her why, because I asked all those questions. She gives me excuses. Again, I'm going to challenge her excuses. If I haven't already asked her this question and she's at that point, I can ask her the scale of 1 to 10 question. I really think you should invite to a business opportunity event until they join one. I'm really persistent. And I don't know if that's maybe people get so sick of me asking that they're finally like, fine, Jen, I'll do it just to shut you up. Maybe that's why they do. But, I think it's really about finding how they can benefit, making it about them, not about you, and showing them that, showing them why they need to be a part of what we're doing, showing them how it's changed your life in so many ways, showing them how it can do the same for them. And then you can use the close the book tactic if you need to. I do this sometimes when people just keep giving me excuses, and don't respond when I'm challenging them. Hey, Sharon, I've reached out to you a couple times now and haven't heard back. So I'm going to assume that you're not interested anymore. And I'm not going to contact you further about this because I really don't want to keep bugging you about it, because if you were interested, I'm sure you would have messaged me back by now. So, I want you to know that I will be here to support you when you're ready. So, if you have some goals and you're ready to get started working on those, please reach out to me because I would love to help you, but I don't want to keep bothering you sending these messages. That's it. Done. And then I don't message them anymore, and I'll wait for them to message me. But it takes a while for me to get to that point with someone. I'll probably talk to someone for a couple, 6 months, 7 months to invite them. And then if they're just stop responding, as long as they're responding to me and we have a conversation going, when I send them those messages about, hey, how was your weekend? Or did you do anything special for Father's Day? Are you going anywhere fun for vacation? I saw you were just at Hilton Head this weekend. Where'd you guys stay? We're thinking about going. I would love to hear any great places that you've gone. People love to give recommendations. I'd love to hear any great places you went to eat. As long as they are still having that conversation with me, I don't close the book on them. But if I've sent them 3 messages like that and they haven't responded, they obviously don't want to talk to me. So you have to kind of read them out, because I say follow up until they say yes, but then it comes to a point where I'm not going to keep sending somebody messages and I'm not getting any kind of response. So you still have to have that conversation going. All right. So my last step is mentored for continued achievement of their goals. So when a new coach signs up, I host weekly one-on-one calls with them every single week for their first month. So whether it be a discount coach or a working the business coach, I want to follow up with them because I want to know where they're at in accordance to their fitness goals if they're just a discount coach and want this for accountability. And if not, if they are working the business, I want to make sure they're on track. I want to make sure they're looking to hit Success Club, that they're looking to earn their initial investment back in the first month. I want to be able to help them do that. And then monthly one-on-one calls with all active coaches. I try to stick to this as closely as possible and continue training. I think everyone should be in training all the time. I think you should always be in something that's helping you move forward in your business if you're working the business. So that's something I try to help the team do, is try to get them in training all the time. And then I do this quarterly questionnaire. Let me pull this up real quick. This is something that I'll send out once a quarter to my coaches and have them complete this. I think I got to stop sharing and then go back and share the other screen. Hold on. Here we go. So this is just a Google form I created. You guys see it, right? It says Team Ignite Coach Goals. Okay. So this I'll just change every quarter and have them fill out. So it's the same thing I'm sending. And I'll even send it to my inactive coaches and my discount coaches too, just to kind of see where they're at. Because this is asking them, what are their goals for the next 3 months? That could be fitness related. Which best describes you as a coach? So once again, I'm going back to where do they want to be? I'm cool, just enjoying the discount right now is one of the options. Health and fitness goal and why it's important to you. So I'm revisiting their why because it might be different now, right? I know my why is different than it was when I first started 5 years ago, right? So it's finding out where they're at right now. Challenge groups, where are they at? Do they want to join a 5-day free clean eating group? Do they want to join a 21-day fixed group? I'm going to tell you guys, the majority of my challengers are coaches in my groups. The majority of them are discount coaches because they love the accountability. So I make sure every single month that I'm inviting all of my coaches to my groups. Because if they're in a group and if they're participating, guess what? They're staying active, right? So making sure that you're giving those discount coaches just as much as attention, but in a different way, right? I focus more with Sharon and Becky on their business because I know they're business builders. I know they got their fitness down, right? So we don't really talk a lot about their fitness. Maybe talk about what program they're working on and where they're at. But we don't so much, I can go look on her page and I can see where she's at with her fitness journey, right? Because they share about it every single day. So it's more about where they're at with their business and how I can help them move forward with their business and their goals. Whereas, my discount coaches, it's more about where they're at with their fitness. So it's making sure, just like I'm plugging Sharon and Becky into continued training for their business and my business builders, I'm plugging my discount coaches and my inactive coaches into my challenge groups to keep them active. Because guess what, guys? It's a lot easier to keep coaches active than to go find new ones. So if you're focusing your attention there, you still need to recruit and find new coaches too. Don't get me wrong. But you need to also water your lawn, right? So to make sure that you're keeping your coaches active and you're keeping them happy and wanting them to be a part of what you're doing. So that's, I think, a big thing that I love to do. And then here too, I need help starting my own 5-day free or paid challenge group. So if someone wants to get started working with the business, this is the way to do this. And you guys, this is what got Sharon started. Sharon got one of these. I would send it to her every single quarter, right? She never filled it out, never did anything. And then all of a sudden one day she sends this back to me and I look at it and I'm like, oh, hi, let's get on the phone with Sharon real quick. So guess what I do? When they fill this out and they want to go from a discount coach to a working the business coach, I pick up the phone and I call them and I get on the phone with them and I talk them through what the next steps are. And then we talk or we Zoom just like they were a new coach for the next month to make sure that they're on track and where they need to be every single week. Training groups, where they've been, you want to be invited to any of the training groups, financial goal, why did you become a coach? So I'm revisiting this again, and anything else they need from me. So by setting this out every quarter, it helps those discount coaches that maybe don't know what they want, helps them push them a little bit forward to maybe working the business and learning a little more about it. And I'm almost done, guys. Sorry, I'm talking longer than I thought. We talked about team challenge groups, inviting all coaches. So I'm just going to end with this quote. I saw this quote and it really felt like it kind of hit home for what we're talking about. Just be yourself. Let people see the real, imperfect, flawed, quirky, weird, beautiful, magical person that you are and your team, right? So I think that's another thing is like we're real. Like our team is real. I'm real with people. I don't sugarcoat anything. You know, when somebody wants to talk to me about building their business, I tell them it's not easy. Like you're going to have to put in the work. Like we can help you, show you what we've done to get where we're at, but we can't do it for you. So at the end of the day, it's up to you. And you're either going to have those people that are going to run with it, or you're going to have those people that it's too much for them, right? And they're not going to have longevity as a coach anyways, if it's too much for them, right? Because we all know you need to be really self-motivated. So if there's two things you take away from this, I'm going to tell you, ask more questions in your conversations and challenge excuses. Do not allow people to tell you that they're too busy, that they're going on vacation, that they don't have time, because we have the solution for all of that. With Beachbody On Demand, I mean, we have a solution for everyone. There's no one out there that we can't cater to, because even if they can't work out, guess what? They can still do the nutrition portion. You know, I had a girl the other day tell me, oh, I work out at Orange Theory and I go to Burn Boot Camp. So, you know, I can't work out at home. I'm like, okay, but you still need nutrients, right? You still need to be healthy. So we talked about Shakeology. She's like, well, does it really make that much of a difference? Give it a try for 30 days. Give it a try and see what you think. And if you don't love it, then you have the 30-day money back guarantee, right? Try it out. What do you got to lose? You know, I make it easy. And I think that's the other thing, is positioning it as there's no obligation, right? There's no commitment. It's easy. And then if they know that there's, you know, not all this other stuff that they have to deal with, then once they become a part of the team and they're in that culture and they're feeling it and they're getting the accountability and they're getting the results because you're helping them do that, they're going to want to become a coach, or they're going to want to be a business builder because they're loving it and they want to help others do the same. And it's just about creating that culture and just helping people take it to the next level. I think that's really what's been successful for us. Does anybody else have any tips? Anything that's working for them?
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Two things. The first is that Jen knows my big struggle is challenging excuses because I'm too nice. Like, I don't give enough tough love, and I'm always like, oh, it's okay. Oh, we're good. Like, and that's a weakness of mine that I want to get better at. And so I've chatted with Jen about this. And so I just started a challenge group today that's called Drop It Like It's Hot, but it involves dropping your excuses. Like every day, all the challengers have to give us what excuse they used that day, and if they overcame it, how they did it, and if they didn't overcome it, what they will do the next day to do it. And I'm participating in that because again, leading by example. We all do it. And I think people feel attacked sometimes. In my head, I think people feel like they're attacked when you challenge excuses, and they may or may not, but that's my fear. And so this is really helping me as a coach figure out how to challenge people's excuses, challenge my own excuses for why I'm not challenging their excuses. And like and everybody is responding so well with like, okay, yeah, I'm going to identify, like getting people to recognize that they get in their own way is huge. And me being a leader and learning how to help people do that is super awesome. So if you struggle with challenging excuses, I encourage you to host some kind of challenge group where that's the goal, because it will help you as a coach as much as it helps them as challengers, if that makes sense.
I love it. That's such a great idea.
The second thing is to, like Jen totally talked about making your team something that people don't want to miss out on. We've had a couple of discount coaches that were just happy being discount coaches. Every time we checked in, that they didn't want anything else, whatever. But because of the fun that we have as coaches together, we had 3 of them now in the last month say, hey, I kind of want to help lead these groups because you guys have so much fun. And it seems like it's really fun and it's work. And I let them know, like Jen said, let them know that, okay, you are going to work, but we're going to have fun while we do it. And the fun factor is sometimes what people are missing. People don't always love their jobs, and maybe they don't want to attack this full time yet, but they want something that is helping other people, but also having a good time together, like with a group, like a solid, at Ethan's birthday party, the husband of one of the coaches said, it's weird. You guys really do have like a grounded, really solid team of women. And that's kind of odd to see. Like it surprised him. But I just thought that was super cool. So don't ever give up on those discount coaches. If you give them a great environment, it's like impossible for them to stay away.
Mm-hmm. And that's so true. And Sherry does a really good job of like on her social media. Like you would go to her social media, you'll see pictures of her and her team all the time having fun together. And that's not just for, outsiders looking in, but it's for her discount coaches as well. And look, it's working. It made them want more. So I think really it is about that team culture. Anybody else? No. All right. Well, that's all I got for you guys. Abby, was that what you guys were looking for? Did that help? Yeah? Okay, cool. Abby gave me a topic and I kind of ran with it, but kind of put my own little spin on it. So I hope it's what you guys were looking for and I hope it helped. All right, cool. So we don't have another call till July, right? All right. Well, I'll post the recording for anybody that missed it. And I'm going to share this with our team too and the Team Ignite page. If you want to share it with it first, you're more than welcome to do it. If you want me to post it.
You can just share it.
You want me to post it? Okay. All right.
I loved it. Really quick, if everyone can do their best to get on, we have guest speaker Jackie Glass tonight.
Oh, awesome.
On our Fit Force call at 8 o'clock Central. So you guys can encourage your coaches to get on. You know me, I always like when we get a guest speaker to get as many as we can. You'll see, like I ran into Misty Nana at the pool and I invited her team. I gave them the link. So you'll see probably her and some of her coaches on.
Okay, cool. I'll share it on our team page right now.
Yeah, Jackie, she like lost motivation for her business because we're success partners and she was actually going to quit a few months ago.
Jackie was? Really? Wow.
Yeah. And it's just about how she found it and found the joy in the business again and got reignited. And now she's on fire and better than ever. So awesome. I think we all go through like that, and I think it'll be good for a coach, no matter if you are brand new, have achieved success or never achieved success and are striving for success. I think they're going to relate to it. So she's a great speaker.
That's awesome. Yes, I will definitely try to get on tonight.
I will see you guys in tonight. Thank you so much, Jen. The call was just what I think we all needed. I actually took away a lot from it. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Glad to hear that, guys. All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys tonight then.